You are now eating healthy.
Yeah.
We're at 7:44, cloudy this morning, and still going to be a nice day today and tomorrow. A little change coming mid to late week. News Extra next, and brought to you today by Gehring Civic Center. Here is Kevin Moon.
Thank you, Dennis, and good morning, everyone. We have a trio of guests on our show today. We're going to talk about one event and how it benefits a number of people. We have Marcia Bauer here, registered dietitian with Regional West Physicians Clinic. We have Andrew Carlson from Kelly Bean, and we have the gentleman that's going to benefit from this, his foundation, Neil Blumenkamp, here as well. We're going to talk about this rather unique wine tasting and culinary event that involves wine and beans, and it's kind of a whole day of education about healthy eating with beans and diabetes. So we'll let Marcia start it off. Kind of explain, this will be on November 2nd over at the Powerhouse, right?
That's correct. We are showcasing our local agriculture, and we're kicking off National Diabetes Month, as that's the awareness. November's the awareness of National Diabetes Month, as well as having some fun for the event, having a professional event in the beginning of the morning from 11 to 5. We're having some professional speakers, some national speakers come talk about diabetes and how beans can actually benefit and prevent diabetes. They're doing much research. So we're giving a little bit of education with some fun and food and great culinary tastes.
Yeah, that's wonderful. So it starts around, like you say, around 11, and you have a number of speakers, some from, are they all from in town, some from out of town?
No, actually, our main speaker is going to be highlighting motivational interviewing skills for professionals and or people that are interested in the healthcare field. Her name is Marianne Hordowitz. She's a registered dietitian, a diabetes educator, and she's a endocrinology coder. She's out of Illinois. She's a national speaker, has spoken at various associations, the AMA, the AADE Association. Dr. Vicki Schlegel, she's from the University of Nebraska, and she is a professor there in food science, and her research is primarily in beans, the makeup and chemistry of beans and how they affect diabetes. And then Janice Ryuta, she is from Indiana, and she is coming to talk about the effect of beans on cholesterol and how that has an impact. Her research was done primarily with that. Cholesterol is an issue with people with diabetes, so we're going to get a well-rounded professional program before we have the fun in the evening. That's
right. Now in the evening, 6 to 9, is the wine tasting and the culinary event, and this is, like you said, a lot of fun. It benefits Life Change Connection, which is Neil's foundation, and $75 for a ticket, and kind of explain what goes on there, and then we'll talk to Andrew about just how Kelly Bean is involved in this.
Well, you know, in my profession, Kevin, I get a lot of people that ask, how do I improve my diet? So that's where this evening thing kind of went or began. It was how can we showcase the locally grown food right here in western Nebraska that most people don't know other than to make chili or refried beans. How other ways can we use that? So we made 10 wonderful dishes that are totally different to showcase those beans and have a healthy evening with just a little taste of wine. Those wines have been paired by Robin and Sam Sebastiani, who own their own vineyard and have quite a bit of wine knowledge. And so they tasted all of these wonderful dishes that we're having that evening, and they paired them with the correct wine. So each dish will have a pairing of wine. So it'll be, instead of wine and cheese, because cheese is a little higher in fat, we're going to have beans.
Wine and beans.
Yep.
All right, 6 to 9 over at the Powerhouse. And then, like I said, tickets are $75, and we'll tell you where you can get those here in a minute. But Andrew, you guys are sponsoring this, and part of the reason you're doing it is to help inform people, educate people about beans and agriculture and the benefits of both, right?
Yes, sir. It's
beans are what we do. A locally based company here in Scottsbluff, and been here for multiple decades. And we always look for an opportunity to involve ourselves with the community. We get oftentimes with just ag, and we thought this was a great way to get ag and health, which is a concern for this entire community, as it is any community, together, and kind of highlight us, our growers, everyone that we work with. And we've had a bunch of fun doing it, and it's been quite a bit of work, but we're looking forward to it. We're going to be involved, everything from pouring the wine to serving the dishes, so not just a periphery involvement, but we're involved right down to planning it and serving, and we'll all be dressed up and looking dapper.
All right, good deal. And then it'll be neat for 10 different dishes for of beans and so forth. And then of course, Neil Blumenkamp has his Life Change Connection Foundation that benefits diabetes and so forth, and prevention of diabetes and education of diabetes, and you got to feel pretty thrilled to be the beneficiary of all this, huh?
Kevin, I truly am. I cannot tell these two people sitting here thank you enough, and everybody that they're involved with, as well as the community. Earlier this year we had a golf tournament, and all the people that came out in support of that and have just really blessed me. And I guess the whole foundation started, I've always wanted to have a foundation. I don't know why. I guess because foundations help people. And I live in a great community that we help people day in and day out. There's so many worthy causes, but Life Change Connection was a foundation that my wife helped me name. My kids have been involved in it. My daughter created the design, and so once again, very lucky there. Unfortunately, what kind of kicked me off the bubble when I found Life Change Connection was kind of a haunting story. A lady came through my drive-through in the middle of lunch, and I was waiting on her, and she says, "Are you Neil?" And I said, "Yes, I am." And usually that means one or two things. They need some support for their cause, or maybe I've made a mistake. I hate to say that, but that may have been what happened. And so I close the window. I come back to take her money, and she says, "Are you a diabetic?" Well, not a lot of people know that I'm a diabetic, so she has now sparked my interest. And I said, "Yes, why do you ask?" And she says, "Well, I wish my daughter would have gotten to know you." And I thought, wow, that's what greater compliment could somebody pay you than to say, "Gosh, I wish you could have been a mentor to somebody that's very close and near and dear to her heart." However, she told me, I said, "Why do you ask?" And she said, she got diabetes. She was diagnosed with that, and she couldn't handle it, and she took her own life. At that point in time, I knew it was time for Neil to create this foundation and to get a mentor program started and figure out what do we do as a diabetic to help other diabetics and support them. I've been very blessed. I've had a lot of people that I've met through my lifetime. I've had a kidney transplant, a pancreas transplant. I've had all the things that diabetes have to offer. You don't have to pay a membership. You just get to belong. It's pretty easy to get in there, I guess.
There's a lot of people in your club.
Yes, there is. Amazingly enough, 25.8 million people in the United States have diabetes, which is just an astronomical number. I just can't believe that. And there's like 7 million that are undiagnosed. It's a leading cause of blindness, some amputation, heart disease, stroke. I mean, when I went to the website for the American Diabetic Association, I looked at that and I said, man, there's my life in bold right there on the page. And so Life Change Connection was created. It's still in the process. Hopefully in the next 2 days we'll have a website up, lifechangeconnection.org. It'll give you the information about this event that's upcoming and future events that we're going to be having. And so I encourage everybody to check that out. And you've got to come check these wine and beans out. They had a testing and I was out of town. I guess I wasn't able to make that one. But, man, I'm looking forward to this. My family's going to be there. Hopefully lots of other diabetics. And there'll be a form on the website that if you need financial assistance with diabetic supplies, the support group that we're going to have, hope to have a mentor program and all those things. So that's where we're headed.
All right. Real quick, who benefits from Life Change Connection?
It goes to the foundation, and like I said, number one is anybody that needs financial assistance for their diabetic supplies and all those types of things. Currently, it's hard to get insurance if you're a diabetic. There's not a lot of programs out there to help diabetics, but it's a costly disease to buy your insulin, or maybe you have blood pressure, or all those things. So that's number one. We're going to have the support group, and we're also going to have a mentor program to help younger individuals, so that we don't have another individual in the same case as that lady that I showed.
Yeah. Okay. Very good. We'll give it back to Marcia here real quick. Where can we get tickets for this event coming up once again? November 2nd, the evening part, 6 to 9, tickets are $75.
The Emporium has some tickets, Kelly Bean, Kelly's Liquor Cabinet, Racks, and the Co-op's Wine Counter, as well as committee members.
All right, very good. So get your tickets. It sounds like a fun evening, and a lot of interesting food, and you get some wine with it as well. Should be a lot of fun. So we appreciate Neil and Andrew and Marcia coming in today telling us about it.